Rock Gang? It's your boy Mac Mula. We got the disturbing truth about Chrisean Rock. Let's get it.
Oh, this is for the seriously unemployed at this point. Chrisean Rock has spent the last year telling everybody she has changed. She put down the drinking. She put down the abusive lifestyle that she was living. Found God. She's picked up motherhood. And she will no longer be the Chrisean Rock that got her famous.
So we're gonna do Bible studies, chat. I locked in, I consecrated, I fast, I prayed, I did it a lot.
And for what it's worth, over here at the Unemployed News Network, we applaud change, right? We hate when we go into our favorite restaurant or favorite store and they have a sign that says, hey, we have no more pennies. We like change, but the problem is that she never really took accountability for the things that she did and the actions that she had that would probably lead to her down this path of destruction in the first place. We're talking about the fights, we're talking about the arrest, we're talking about the way she behaved while she was pregnant.
Put it on the floor, ladies!
Like, what is we talking about? Shorty ass is like a cool, like, damn near more than halfway through her pregnancy type. No, not more than halfway. No, probably, yeah, probably more than halfway through her pregnancy right now in the club drinking. Look at her face. You don't make that face when you drinking lemonade, nigga. That's what she tried to play it off as. Why are you even at the club? Like, this is the craziest shit in the world.
And because you never really take full accountability and address those demons that have been chasing you, ultimately, after time has gone on, those things will come back to haunt you quick, fast, and in a hurry. Chrisean is now back on the internet having these public crash outs and is fighting in the streets.
Lord have mercy. They got the music in the background.
Oh, hold on. Oh, get right. Oh. Oh, these are. Oh, these real punches. Oh my God! Oh my God! That's the car door.
That nigga sound like Medea.
I know exactly what's going on here. So maybe Chrisean didn't become a different person. Maybe she just gave the same person a new image. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go up.
I hate when people do that though. Like, don't play with God like that, bitch. You know you crazy. You know you're not even really trying to, you know? Like, don't even play like that, man. Don't even play like that, man.
A long way for the channel. Already at 185.
You can't go away for a few days or go away for a week or two, come back and be like, yeah, I'm a new person. I'm with God now. Like, you can't do that. It takes real work to do that, you know?
It was yesterday. Let's give me a birthday gift by hitting subscribe so we can get to 200K. Don't make me have to Chrisean Rock you. Now, back into the video. Chrisean Rock is notorious, for lack of a better word, on the internet. All the public crash outs, the relationship with Blueface that was toxic, the whole thing with the pregnancy, all of that stuff. But it seems as though the internet commentary was getting to her. Maybe she was growing up, her life actions, she wanted to change them. But since the last time we covered her, she has seemingly turned her life to God. She's put down the drinking, she's put down the fighting, she's put down the smoke, she's put down all these things that were toxic in her life and is putting a new image of a new person in front of our eyes. And for what it's worth, at first, I was happy about it.
I'm gonna start streaming from my bedroom. So we're gonna do Bible studies, chat. I locked in, I consecrated, I fast, I prayed, I did it a lot.
And this transformation is admirable. Oftentimes on the internet, we don't give people place and space to grow and change.
Yeah,
we kind of hold them to a standard that they once were when they were younger or in a messed up place in their life or whatever the case may be. But to me, as long as you are showing like these efforts to change who you are, then I think that people should acknowledge that and give you a round of applause. Because we've got to remember, this transformation came from years, and I do mean years, of the drinking, the behavior that was happening in the past, the fighting, the cussing, just the belligerentness. I mean, she was Zeus Network, but unscripted, and it was all on our timeline. I think the worst of it all was how she was acting during and after her pregnancy with Chrisean Rock Jr.
Chrisean Rock is a horrible fucking mother. Because at the end of the day, you're sitting here talking about your son doesn't have a disability and that you don't claim that in Jesus' name. Bitch, Jesus gave you the fucking doctors to tell you that your son has disabilities. God will send people in your life to tell you, sir.
That's what I mean. She crazy. And she be making, that shit be making making sense.
And things that you don't want to hear, but it's the form of the truth. Several family members have told you, several friends have told you that your son has disabilities. It is okay to pray over your children. It is okay to cover your children in prayer. But what is not okay is to be a dumb dick sucking bitch and forced to not believe that when you was drinking, smoking, popping pills your whole fucking pregnancy because you didn't know who the father was going to be. This girl is literally a fucking walking CPS case and nobody sees it. And it's literally so aggravating because that poor baby.
How the hell you do this online every day and if police ain't came said nothing to you, you done got pulled over 14 times, nobody arrested you, they don't know where the baby at, nothing. Like,
he deserves better.
Now, I will say for the most part, while she was going through this transformation, the timeline was very proud and happy of what she was doing. But for me, there was a little bit of pause. I remember just a few months ago when she went on another podcast talking about her transformation, talking about the things that she had learned and changed. But specifically when it came to this section where she was talking about her baby and how the online community is talking about whether or not the baby has mental illness, her answer to me was extremely toxic or shaky as far as what is she doing about the baby's diagnosis.
Blueface doesn't seem active in the child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing.
That sounds stupid as fuck. If you want the chance to win 2 tickets to a UFC event in Los Angeles plus $2,000, you need to listen to this right now. Stop what you're doing and listen. Morgan & Morgan is giving away 2 tickets to the UFC 331 in Los Angeles plus $2,000 for all travel expenses. And I know there's a lot of y'all UFC fans that like to see a little fight or something, like to see a little person get knocked out or something. So I think this is a very cool opportunity for all my supporters to win 2 free tickets plus $2,000 for all travel expenses to the UFC 331 in Los Angeles, like I said, man. Because just like UFC fighters bring their everything to the octagon, Morgan & Morgan brings their everything to all their clients in courtrooms all across America. In the UFC, they fighting for a check. Morgan & Morgan is fighting to get you a check. You see how this giveaway is starting to make sense now? Now you probably like, Mac Mula, how do I enter the contest, man? Click the link in the description. Or it also be in the pinned comment down below. So you can bring your girlfriend, your homeboy, your brother. It don't matter. Just 2 free tickets plus $2,000. You can't beat that, man. I said it's a sweepstakes, so good luck. Hopefully somebody that's watching right now, hopefully you win, bro. I hope that you win, bro. Sis, whoever you is, I hope you win. Click the link in the description and enter the sweepstakes. Good luck to everybody. And yeah, have fun at the event. Skate. This is the little boy that she's saying is 3 years old and hasn't said a word yet. Can't walk yet. Ma'am, the boy has a disability. And he needs special education. It's not a bad thing. So he can get the proper development. He might need his diet adjusted. He might need a procedure or 2. He might need to be approached in life certain different. He might need a speech therapist to unlock that part of his brain. I don't know how big or small, but when somebody is underdeveloping like that, you're supposed to figure out how you can fix it, not just be in the now. Especially it's your fault. You was drinking. This wasn't just like, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't just like some you did everything right in it. No, you was drinking, smoking, and popping pills, pregnant. On camera in a club. You can't act like that didn't happen. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said he had a disability, then he. Right, but it's like, don't tell me. I ain't saying not even just that. It's like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah, anybody, if they're guessing or whatever, no. The word said what the word said. God said what the God says.
Yeah.
What? That's not what that means. You. What the? Smack the shit out of her. Just. No, turn that. Smack the fuck out of her.
I was really skeptical.
What are you talking about? So the doctor say your arm broke. the Bible said your arm can't break? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? What is you talking about?
FBI, open up!
Lock her ass up for insubordination. Lock her up. This is why people need fucking licenses to get on the internet, bro. I'm not playing. Mako for president, gang, because when y'all elect me, I'm trying to tell you, bro, shit gonna change, boy. That's gonna be my slogan. Shit gonna change, boy.
Back then, I was skeptical about her use of religion. I'm not saying that she isn't somebody who is starting to read the Bible, go to church, claim these things, etc., etc. And while finding God can give us a new image of who Chrisean is, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a different Chrisean as a whole. It's just the same thing with different packaging. It's not that she changed because of need. She really changed because of all the internet scrutiny surrounding the commentary around all of her actions and transgressions that were going on the internet. But once you start to look at what she was changing from, I feel like the fights and the arguments and crash outs online are the least bit of concern when it comes to her. Chrisean's history is filled with extreme behavior. In 2022, she was arrested for taking a stolen G-Wagon, and also while in that stolen G-Wagon, she allegedly broke into a home and write "I love blue" in reference to Blueface in blood. Now, I feel like I could make a whole video series and saga about her toxic relationship with her and her ex.
She wrote "I wrote blue in blood." Is this real, bro?
Into a home and write "I love blue."
I told you it was something wrong with her. I told y'all it was something wrong with her. Is this real, bro? I'm trying to... She broke in somebody's house and wrote "I love blue in blood." Where did she get the blood?
In reference to Blueface in blood. Now, I feel like I could make a whole video series and saga about her toxic relationship with her and her ex-boyfriend, current baby daddy, Blueface. But to be honest with you, that's not the worst of it. Parents, two consenting adults, you know, they have their own relationships. I don't necessarily agree with them, but at the end of the day, it's all consensual. The worst part about
hell no.
FBI, open up!
We can't sit here and act like that, man. Hell no. He just escaped over there. He just escaped over it so fucking fast. She broke in the house. She wrote "I love blood and blue" and "I love blue and blood." What? Is that real? If that's real, I don't want to do no more reactions to this bitch ever in life, nigga. Do your homework. I'm like no. Like
Sean
no
Rock
cap,
in her
gang.
past is how she dealt with her soon-to-be newborn son, Chrisean Rock Jr., while she was pregnant.
Because we all was drinking, even you, with the baby and stuff. Why are you lying?
She's talking about, why are you lying? That's what I'm saying. She's in denial. She just don't want it to look bad on the internet. If this shit wasn't being recorded, man, she's a terrible person. The first step to wanting to change is admitting that you did fucked up shit. The fact that you can't even do that shows me that you ain't trying to change. That's what I would say. If you a girl and your nigga cheating on you, the first thing he gonna be like is, "I'm sorry, right? I was wrong. I did this wrong. I did that wrong." But if he can't even say that, then you know damn well he not finna change. You know he gonna keep cheating. You feel me? If he don't even say what he did wrong, it's like, come on, gang.
Ladies, one more time.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
gonna get no liquor.
Another bottle.
I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
He shut the door
you
because
can't
it's
have
cold.
no fucking liquor.
Somebody, it won't hurt me. She's in the club shaking belly, gang. With the belly out too. Like she's still dressed like a hoe with the belly out. With the little ass shorts. Look at this shit.
What? So cute.
With the look the over small ass shorts with the chains on. This bitch is fucking insane, bro. She's insane, gang. Whoever the fuck this is right here that's recording it with this face like you cool as hell. Whoever's in the club with this pregnant lady, gang, the whole club should have just got up and walked out when they seen this bitch pregnant. What's going on, bro? She in that twerking belly. Like, what is going on, gang?
When they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing.
Lord have mercy.
This is Chrisean Rock smoking and drinking.
And she doing it hard, too. Like, she knocking them back. She on the end of the blunt. Like, Man, bitch, you bogus as hell. I don't get.
Doing all these wild things while she was pregnant. This will produce that same baby who earlier in the video she denied had any sorts of disabilities. Even though she was told by multiple doctors, social media is screaming at her about what's going on here. She remained in denial, saying that it was actually up to God. She took no accountability for the situation, saying that, hey, I'm gonna continue to drink because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get rid of it, only to keep the baby at the end of it all. And that's horrifying and
bogus
disgusting.
as hell.
So let's say we are in our forgiving era of it all. Let's say
ain't no forgiving. It's not no forgiving that shit, bro. How I'm gonna forgive it if she won't even admit to doing it? She keep playing dumb like she don't know what the fuck everybody talking about.
That, hey, you made these dumb decisions, you seem to have some sort of addiction problem, and then you found religion, and so you were able to deny the disability of it all, even though I don't agree with any of that. Let's just say—
She ain't got no damn addiction problem. She ain't got no addiction problem, bro. She bogus as hell. Fuck is you saying? She bogus as hell. She's a terrible person. She's an evil person. She smoked and drank and went knowing she was pregnant. And then said she was gonna abort the baby and then kept smoking, kept drinking, and didn't abort the baby. When you could take a pill early on. Just take a fucking pill. That's all you have to do is I think like 2 pills or some shit, 3 pills, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. You feel me? Or goes to whatever they do, what the fuck it is, Planned Parenthood. I don't fucking know. I would have rather you did that than just like poison this baby day in and day out with drugs, alcohol, and pills. With weed, alcohol, and pills. Then Lord knows what the fuck else. You feel me? And keep the baby, like that ain't got nothing to do with addiction, bro. That's fucked up.
Following you down this rabbit hole. Even to this day, she is still avoiding any sorts of accountability in these actions. I guess she had finally come to the revelation that there is something wrong with the baby, that this baby does have some sort of disabilities. That's fine, that's dandy. There's actually nothing wrong with any sort of child having disabilities. What is wrong is a mother who continuously denies their actions in this, especially one that is trying to portray a new image about themselves to the public.
Exactly. Wearing that black dress. Y'all keep saying I was drinking in the club when I was pregnant. That was juice.
Really? It was.
She's lying. She's straight up lying, bro. She's straight up lying. So this very obvious that she wasn't fucking. She ain't trying to change if she's still lying. That don't even make sense. The correlation is not there, bro. It don't make no fucking sense. You have to be an idiot to believe somebody that won't even admit to the shit they did. That come on, bro, this shit on camera.
Just juice. I mean, she's literally denying things that we have on record, on video, on podcasts, on audio, on all of these different things, with multiple people testifying to the fact that she actually was drinking while she was pregnant. And this is why I and many others are starting to wake up the questioning about this newfound image that she has going around on the internet. Instead of saying that she made some sort of horrible decision and all she can do is learn to live with her actions and move forward with a baby that she can love and all these other things like that, she's still denying any sort of accountability for what she did. She does that by rewriting history about a situation that we saw in 1080p.
She couldn't stop herself from smoking and drinking while pregnant. She did have the child, and this September he will be 3 years old. He still cannot walk or talk, and it seems like also has a hard time just sitting up on his own without.
She talking about some every child develop at their own pace. Okay, this is a live Google search. If a child cannot walk or talk by 3 years old, what does that mean? They have a significant global development delay. This affects both growth motors skills, walking, and communication skills. This milestone gap requires an immediate comprehensive medical and developmental evaluation by a pediatrician or specialist. Neuromuscular or neurological conditions, genetic or chromosomal disorders, sensory impairments, autism spectrum disorder, loss of skills, no response to sound or name, extreme muscle tone issues, zero nonverbal communication, inability to sit or unsupported. There's not even a question. There's a fact. I just Googled that shit randomly on what is today, Friday?
Assistants supporting him. It is heartbreaking. It is actually heartbreaking. And I don't know why what she's done isn't just full-blown child abuse. Like, I don't know how that's not just a crime. Like, it's all just right out there in the open. Like, it's not a secret.
As if her actions weren't already bad, she then decides to refuse to take any sort of accountability. So I'm supposed to believe that you've changed in all of this? And then there's this murder case that's been looming over her head for a minute. For the longest time, the internet was under the impression that Blueface, famous rapper, was the baby daddy or is the baby daddy of Chrisean Rock Jr. But it turns out that that may not be the case at all. There was this boyfriend that she was dealing with around the time that
come on, gang. I ain't gonna lie. This picture right here is crazy, gang. That's insane. That's not Blueface baby, gang. I'm not no dummy, nigga. I'm not no dummy. That shit is insane. That shit is insane. Tell me he don't look like, man.
She got pregnant and she was dealing back and forth between Blueface and this guy. And right before he was supposed to take some court-ordered DNA test, he ends up dead. But the problem is that there's been some speculation that she has been involved with said ending of this man's life, even to the tune of the police coming up and questioning her about her involvement, her thoughts, her opinions and feelings. She took this meeting without some sort of a lawyer present. And during this time, she would give what would be motivation for why she would end this man's life.
He is dead, bro. Y'all never asked me not one time how did I feel about it? Did it hurt me? Did it move me? At that point, I already stopped loving him. Not like that. When he died, I had no feelings in my body because it was like that person was trying to kill me before he left.
Call the popo, huh?
This shit is fucking insane. So you mean to tell me that he was trying to kill you? You went to Baltimore a few days before. You was in Baltimore when he died, allegedly. He was trying to kill you, allegedly. This is what you're saying. He died right before the DNA test. And those three coincidences, we just supposed to ignore them all?
Rude, he really was. He was trying to diminish my character, my image. He was trying to clout chase off of my son that I love the most. Like, people be doing stuff that don't know what be actually the after effect. What?
Now, for what it's worth, the police haven't named her to be some sort of suspect in this situation, but the internet is speculating about it, and there's a good amount of motive for her to do this exact thing, because ultimately he's bashing her name, and if the baby's not Blueface's, then that cuts off a whole section of her life that would continue to further the madness that ultimately does get her funded and paid very well. At some point, this stops looking like a bunch of random mistakes, and ultimately it looks like this pattern of behavior that's too hard to not like talk about and just brush it up against the wall and leave it for somebody else to sweep up. We can't do that anymore. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Omar, it's almost like you're framing it as if she hasn't changed at all from her past behaviors. And that's kind of what I'm doing. For what it's worth, Chrisean is not like a great person in this world. Granted, we can forgive a lot of things, but if you're not gonna hold yourself accountable or even continuously deny these actions, then ultimately, hey man, we gotta start calling the pot black, the kettle black. Gotta start calling a spade a spade. Chrisean Rock has figured out the ultimate blueprint in this content creation game. She has figured out that you can be horrible and you can get paid for being horrible. The algorithm rewards the horribleness of it all.
You know how much money he just made? He made 100K. I made like 60, but that was just from 2 days of hanging out with him. And I feel you, bro. Like, you know, like, okay, yeah, tighten up, da-da-da. Bro, I'm really just it's just business. It's just business. You feel me? I ain't even tripping.
The worse she behaves, the more attention she gets. The more attention she gets, the more content that can be put out there. The more content that's put out there, the more dollar signs she sees. Every fight becomes something that's a spectacle. It gets clipped, it gets circulated, and we know how the content creation economy goes. So the reality is, what incentive does she have to change? At the end of the day, she's still going to benefit financially from being the same exact person. Hell, I'd even argue that the change doesn't bring the dollars and cents months. It doesn't even bring the commentary videos or the reactions from people. She's getting the rewards of being a bad mother in real time because social media dictates that that's what's supposed to happen. After years of doing this, Chrisean knows that being a disaster is profitable, and that's what makes this whole rebrand
that's
that she has going on very much so unbelievable. A lot of these niggas, while she's saying that she's changing every other stream, she keeps doing the behavior that is having people call her the bad mother or a crash out or a nuisance or all these other things, because ultimately she's getting the dollars for it. And so maybe this is just simply who Chrisean is, and the dollars are coming in and they're rewarding her for being her. For what it's worth, Chrisean can find God, she can stop drinking, she can get baptized, she can tell everybody that she's changed until she's blue in the face, but that doesn't matter if the behavior ultimately stays the same, especially when she's refusing to acknowledge the things that she's did in real time. I don't know how she can sit there and lie to us and say there's juice when there's video evidence of her drinking straight from a Don Julio bottle. And that's really the problem with Chrisean Rock, is that every time she's introduced this new version of herself, the behaviors dictate that she is the same old. So maybe she genuinely does want to change, but the actions aren't lining up with those things.
That's why I tell motherfuckers, like, stop watching people like this and it will not be a problem. If nobody watched this shit, they wouldn't do it. They would have no content. There would be no reason to do it because nobody will watch the shit. You understand? Especially people like Chrisean Rock. Like, how, I said this shit a million times, but how the fuck do she got 4 million followers on Instagram?